Hello fellow Toastmasters. This video is about a feature called the waiting room. Now usually when people join a meeting they are put straight into the meeting room. But of course when you're preparing a meeting you want to check the people with the roles, you want to brief members with roles, you want to brief other admin members, and it's much easier to do that without lots of visitors milling around, so to speak, in the meeting room. And so by opening the waiting room everybody joins the meeting, but they start in the waiting room, and you can then individually pull in people to the meeting, set up the meeting so it's ready, and then bring your entire audience in at the end when you're ready to start your meeting. In the waiting room they can check their audio and video, and I encourage you to edit the welcome screen for the waiting room, so that you encourage them to do that. So let's have a very quick look at the settings. So if I bring up the web version of the settings, you can see here in Meeting Advanced, you scroll down to Waiting Room, which I have enabled. I have chosen to put all participants in the waiting room. If you start doing invites out to people, then people you send out invites will be normal participants, and people that just take the URL and appear, so to speak, would be known as guest participants. But for most of us at the moment we're not going to use that. Hopefully we will work out a way to automate that in the future. But for now let's just put all participants in the waiting room when they join, and this little pen icon allows us to open up a little box. And to this box I've added a logo, which I can get by pressing there. The only thing, the logo has to be quite small, so if you want to use your own logo that's fine, but you'll find there's a limit on size, which as shown at the bottom is a file of 1 megabyte and can't be a width of height is between 60 and 400 pixels, so you will need to have an image that size to work in this box. The meeting topic is pulled in automatically, and then you have a chance to edit some text, which I've put some text in here for now, how I would like to greet the people, and I've made a point of saying that while they're waiting please use the button below to check their audio. Now we're going to come in as a guest in a second from another computer so you can see that experience. My waiting room is set up and I have actually started the meeting. Here I am, so I'll close the browser out the way. Here I am in the meeting, very boring because I actually haven't turned on my audio, my video, no one else is in the room, so I've just got my basic screen. But I do have my participants bar open on the right hand side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, from another computer, which is actually just below the webcam, that's why I'm going to look down, and I'm going to join this meeting. I have the URL for this meeting, which is the invitation URL, and I will now use that to join the meeting. And I'm going to record the experience of the person and I'll cut it in the video in a second. So here we are on the screen for the participant who's going to join the meeting. Hopefully that's the, yes it is, that's the connection. Going to change the name, otherwise we'll have so many Johns in the meeting we won't know where we are. This is a Dell laptop, so this person's called Dell. And we hit join. Now you can see that Dell doesn't go into the meeting, but it's got this nice box with our logo, with your My Meeting and with the text. They've got a chance to test their audio. So I click down here and I get to my settings so I can check my audio and my video. Sorry, my audio and my speaker. If I want to check my video and my virtual background, I've got access to all my options here. But of course, I am now stuck outside the meeting. Let's go back to the main screen of the meeting host and see what's happened there. And you can see that in the right hand side under participants we now have 2 people in the meeting, but one person is waiting. So that person, Dell, is waiting in the waiting room, and I can actually send them a message because I might not know who Dell is. So I might send a message to everyone in the waiting room saying we will be starting promptly 7:30 p.m. and I can send that message. So let's do that. It's me. And if we have a quick look in the Dell screen, we can see that there is now a button appearing on the right hand side and they have a message there. As far as I'm concerned, the good news is that these people in the meeting room can't message back, so they can't spam you with lots of messages. They're just stuck in the meeting room waiting to go. Obviously I'm recording this at 11 o'clock at night and I'm talking about meeting at 7:30, but you get the idea. Yeah, you get the idea that I stay up at night doing videos. Once I'm happy that this person is who I think they are and I want to pull them into the meeting, then on the other screen all I need to do is again mouse over and I can remove them if I don't want them or admit them. And if I admit them, they can then join the meeting. But let's just have a look at their end. Again, you've got join with computer audio, the usual message you get. So we click to join that and I, as Dell, I'm now in the meeting and I could start my video and I would be seen in the meeting. I'll stop my video. So that is how you use the meeting room to bring in people to the meeting.